What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter War, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today, coming off yet another moment in hip hop history, we got DJ J-Ronin. How you doing, brother?
Salute, 2 L's up. We here, doing big things, man. I'm letting my bald head breathe today, man.
Yeah, you know? He told me that before the thing. I told him I can't let my hairline get no oxygen. So
you got the widow's peak, got the Eddie Munster.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Listen, I'd rather have that than have what I have. I don't have nothing up here. I got a little bit in the back. It's like a turntable. You know?
Shit, I mean, at least you know what to do with it then, right?
I just shave it and, grew the beard. The beard kind of evens it out. You don't got no hair here, but you got hair here. It works.
Nah, I can dig it. But, just in case anybody was wondering what I meant, yet another moment in history. I mean, if you want to know about, his moments in history, just listen to our episode or just Wikipedia them, Google them, whatever. But you just did a show with Jay Electronica a couple nights ago, which is always a rare and special treat. How was that?
It was beautiful, man. The whole show was great. I DJ'd. My set was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I had Frank Knight do 3 songs and Sav Kills do 3 songs as special guests towards the end of my set. And that just brought the crowd in. They went crazy for them. So that was great. Just,
Hey, out of curiosity, what songs did Sav hit?
Sav did Danger, which is one of his classics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then he did Dope from the Movable Kings. And then he did More Rice, the Mad Lib joint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He did those. And then Frank did Martin X, which he got a video for. Knowledge of the Drip, which he also got a video for. And then Dreams on My Back, which we need a video for. But all stuff from the Slim and Mickens album that he did with Chuck LaWayne, the producer.
Okay.
So it was dope. And, they were both freestyling and interacting with the crowd. And, we got a lot of new fans, people, the crowd. Yeah, there was industry people there, industry insiders and all that. But it was sold out. And there was a lot of real hip hop heads who just loved the culture. And they were really happy what I was playing. I mixed it up between like classic 90s and, I threw in like J. Cole and Kendrick and Big Sean and J-Rock and Westside Gun and, stuff like that. Of course, some of my team and Shabam Sadiq and Illa G, Sean Price, rest in peace. I mixed it up and they loved it. It was great energy.
What is it? How does a crowd like that respond to Illa G's music? Out of curiosity,
they were feeling it.
I fucking love Illa G, but the thing is, I know sometimes crowds, when they're there to see something, when they hear something they ain't heard before, it puts a pause on them. So that's why I was curious about it, because if it don't put a pause on them, then that somebody really got something. You know what I mean?
But that's one thing, and then 2, these are J Electronica fans. They love real hip hop. They love Wu-Tang and all that. They love lyricism, and some of them are in their 20s and got into it through him and the Kendricks and Coles, but they're the kind of fans that have gone back and done their research. Because I was playing stuff from the 90s. I'm seeing 20-year-olds singing along. I'm like, what you know about Camp Lo? What you know about Capone Noriega and Smith and Wesson? All right.
Hey, bro, you know what happens? Man, that should be happening to my little son, right? He 14, and like just randomly he'll sing some shit that I would never fucking think about. I did a show with Baby Paul from the Beat Miners, right?
Yeah, that's the homie. Yeah.
And we did a little throwback Thursday about LaFleur,
classic.
Oh, most definitely. And what made me even think about it was he just randomly was singing that shit one day. And I know that ain't on none of his Spotify playlists, you feel me? Like Beats by Zane ain't hitting that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, where the fuck you hear that from? And TikTok, they be finding all that shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, if they like lyrics, they got an ear. They hear a snippet and they want to know what the fuck it is. And then
the same way I went back, I got into stuff in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s as a kid, and I went back and I did my research on the 80s hip hop and 90s hip hop I missed out on, and went back to the 70s soul and funk and rock and even 60s, 50s. I listen to all kinds of stuff, jazz, blues.
Yeah, me too.
Soul, funk, disco, house.
Hey,
I used to crack our jokes on house, but good soulful house music is dope, and their parties are popping. Everybody's dancing, having a good time. it's a beautiful thing.
Word, before I went to prison, bro, I made a lot of money at motherfucking raves. Hey, if you got any knowledge of this, I never knew who sang this song, but or I don't even know if you call it sing it, but made it, whatever. But it used to be this shit that had this ill ass beat. It was a house music joint, and it'd be like, let's get high, and then fuck, let's get high.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I want to find that song so bad. I even
tried
tried.
Ask a house DJ. I'm like just breaking into that world. Like I know a lot of the promoters and the DJs, and I'm just like I've kind of been sleeping on it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing more of that. And then I got promoters like, yo, can you do house music sets? Because I do house music parties, and I want to book you. And you just get your your joints together. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that.
I know a young cat who's trying to create some a version of EDM he called electronic drill music, and his equipment ain't quite there yet, but I can hear something in it. I'll send you some samples. Maybe you can give him some advice, put him under the wing, because homeboy got something.
I don't fuck with that drill music too tough though, and I'm from Brooklyn.
I mean, I'm talking about like he needs like maybe like some mixing advice, or maybe he needs to step up.
Okay. Yeah, that I could do.
Or like maybe he needs a better piece of equipment or something. I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell him no shit like Serato. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
Serato's good for DJing. Serato DJ Pro.
I always hear everybody's like talk about like it's the devil. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're not bringing most DJs. We're not bringing our vinyl. We're not bringing crates. If you get a DJ a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hour set, you're not bringing crates of vinyl out like that. Yeah, you got people who do events where it's vinyl only, but each DJ will do like an hour and a half, and they'll bring a bag of records, prepared. But today is,
I mean, that's any new technology, bro.
Crate, I mean, I'm physically, I can do that. I can carry it, but it's a lot.
Word.
That's a lot. And
when I was young, I used to try to rap at go-go's, right? And the way I get them to let me to do it would be I make sure I be behind the building there's gonna perform it early and help them carry the records. That used to be like the way to get in on shit.
Well, like backyard band and stuff.
Yeah, Rare Essence, shit like that.
Okay.
Groovers. Yeah.
Man.
Damn, you know about that? That you really do like a lot of music. You ever been to a go-go?
Nah, I never have. Man.
It's a million times better live. A million times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of them things you gotta experience. Like you can see that.
I'm sure.
Like that, you can see that like new. Well, I mean, like house music, for instance. If you got the right speakers, it's pretty much the same in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like it still go hard. But like go-go, it's
a live band.
Yeah, it's like almost like a church-like experience. Like you feel it in your soul when they get in the pocket. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, next time you in the DMV, bro, I would highly recommend it. If you're ever there, let me know. I could definitely put you in touch with anybody to go to anything.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely down. And I got a lot of peoples down there. I got a lot of family that moved down to Maryland. A lot of my cousins are down there. So.
Oh yeah, bro. Everybody in the DMV, half their family live in New York, half their family live in North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a lot of my family moved to Maryland, and I got a lot of peoples in Baltimore. Some in DC, but more in B-more. But to me, Baltimore and DC is like right there.
Yeah, it ain't like
it's worlds apart. I know, but it's like
when you go in the system, bro. Like I'm from Maryland, PG County, which is right outside DC.
Right.
So we're considered more like DC people, right?
Right.
And DC people in Baltimore typically beef. But like when I went to Job Corps, it was like that.
Right. But that's tribalism. That's like, people from Harlem and Brooklyn beef.
Yeah. But
from
Baltimore and DC people way different though. Like I ain't trying to talk down on Baltimore, but in the 80s they let them New York dudes come down there, and in the 80s DC didn't let them New York dudes come down there. See my man from Paid in Full. But I mean that's neither here nor there, because I love Baltimore. I spent mad time in Baltimore.
Right.
Shit, I think the best rapper from Dipset other than Cameron is from Baltimore. I don't know if you know N-O-E, my man that sound like Jay-Z.
I heard of him before.
Man,
I heard some of his music.
Man, I'm telling you, he's as good as Reasonable Doubt Jigga on his own. It ain't his fault his voice sounds like that. He don't try to. Shit's fucking incredible.
Speaking of the Reasonable Doubt era, I was just talking to Jazz O. Shout out to him. I'm gonna have him on my podcast soon.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's the originator right there.
Yeah. definitely.
People wasn't rapping like that. He was rapping like that in '85, way before Bone Thugs, Twister, any of them.
Damn, that's what's up. Shout out Jazzo. See, I know back maybe to like '88. I didn't know that. I need to find some. I need to hear some of that old Jazzo.
There's records with Jazzo and Jay-Z from like '86, rapping fast.
Okay, yeah. See, I never heard. I never heard.
The
I
beats
know.
are
I know.
hella old school though. It sounds like some shit the Fat Boys would have rapped on.
Shit, bro. I love Disorderlies. I fuck with the Fat Boys.
Yeah, me too.
Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Hey, yo,
I'm.
we go back to the Jiu Electronica show though, because you asked me more about that. So I wanted to tell you more about that experience. You know me before we forget about it, and me you could talk about everything else in the world.
Word.
You know, well, so you know, Frank and Sav killed it. I did my thing. I played a good mix of classic and newer stuff. Static Selector came on. He did his thing. He didn't bring his control vinyls or slip mats. I had to borrow. You know, I had to lend him some of my equipment so he could rock. You know, which he appreciated. But anyway, after that, Navy Blue rocked. Have you heard of him?
I haven't.
Sage, he's dope. He works with Earl Sweatshirt and Wiki, and he's also he's also a pro skateboarder, sponsored by Supreme. And
That's dope.
he does like visual art. He's a cool dude. Met him. He did his thing. Definitely got some good music. And Jay Electronica, man, it was beautiful. You know, I went backstage and I was talking to him, and he had a whole bunch of Fruit of Islam, you know, Nation of Islam security with him. And a lot of the brothers I know from political activism that I've done and doing events where they've done security, and then through my jiu-jitsu family, a lot of them train the same style. So they were like, "Oh, Ronin, what up?" I was like, I knew I was in good company, you know.
Right.
And yeah, we had a good time.
So how was his spirits, Jay Electronica?
Very good, very positive. He's a really cool, humble guy. You know, he's not funny style like some of these artists.
Yeah.
He jumped in the crowd.
Wise man, very wise man.
Yo, he jumped in the crowd probably about 5 times. He hung out in the crowd after the show, was dapping up everybody, taking pictures with everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody of that magnitude. Wow.
He always does that. He's one of them guys, you know. Ghostface is like that too. Ghostface will take a picture with everybody after the show, hang out. Cormega's like that as well. You know, when you do that, the fans really endear themselves to you. They appreciate it, and you know, sign the merchandise. You know, hang out by the merch table. Let them buy some stuff and sign it and all that. You know.
Did he in a set? Did he perform any new music?
No, not really. Not that I could remember. I filmed majority of it. My camera team, so I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. And me and Frank and Sav and some of our crew, we were on stage with Jay Electronica and his team. So, you know, it was dope. It was an experience. The crowd was packed. I haven't seen a packed crowd like that during you know, since BC before COVID.
Word,
you know?
BC, no bullshit. I bet you they knew all the words too.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Hey, which one got the biggest reaction? Like I've seen them perform in the DC area.
Yeah,
in Houston and in Atlanta.
Jiu-Jitsu, of course, got a big reaction.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like in each spot I was at,
Theory,
different exhibits got different responses. Like in DC, Exhibit C by far got the biggest response.
Right.
You know, in Houston, one of his non-exhibit songs got a bigger response. And in Atlanta, the biggest thing that got a response was he was freestyling over the Youngblood song. I forgot what the name of it was, but that one Youngblood song that popped off. You know, like AKA Sean P.
Yeah. With the East Side Stomp.
I won't even know the name if you got it right, bro. I just remember I was in prison and it had a video that was on Rap City. Like during that stage of my life, that'd be the only music I'd ever hear.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember they had about 2 records. Yeah, it was dope, man. I'm gonna put the footage up so you can check it out. And after the fact, I went backstage. You know, I talked to him a little bit, but Rory and Mal was over there. You know, the podcasters,
right?
You know, they used to be part of the Joe Button show, so they were back there. And I ran into Derringer from Griselda. Shout out to him. He was backstage. And my man AL Skills. and Punchline from Punch and Words from Sound Bombing, Lyricist Lounge.
Right, right.
He was there too. And Timbo King from Wu-Tang, Royal Fam, he was there too. You know, it was dope. But yeah, it was a good vibe. I got my vinyl signed.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? And I collect vinyl a little something, so it was just cool to have for the crib.
Hey, I like that you ain't too proud to be a fan. Like I ain't never been too cool to be a fan neither, you know. Why front, you know?
Yeah, and I just love the music, man. It's when you forget that you love this music and you're doing it for the love of the music. You sometimes you gotta see it through someone else's eyes, like through a young person's eyes who I'm bringing to a show for the first time, or my wife who didn't grow up in the industry and always just love music, or I just talked to a friend who's not in the business, and they're like, "Damn, you got to do that and that and that. Oh, that's so cool." And you gotta step back. Sometimes you become cynical and you get used to being backstage or on stage and being around the artists you grew up on. But you gotta step back and like, wow, like this is dope. I gotta appreciate the moment and the blessings of being able to do music to feed my family and getting to be cool and become good friends with some artists I grew up on. And you know what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, that's a dream. I mean, they say never meet your idols, but in my experience, very few times was it really disappointing. Most of the times, I guess I guess I chose the right idols though. Like mine was more like Bun B, Killer Mike, Scarface.
Yeah, but those are all stand-up guys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I can say no names, but I've seen some rappers it was straight up a-holes, and they've been my idols. Not saying that this is a person, but I love telling this story. I caught Mace at when G on a G-Unit show, and I got this shit on my wall. I got this shit on my wall still, and he just performed like this song talking about killing Jim Jones and all the G-Unit songs he had, right?
Right.
Like the window shopper with his verse and all that shit.
Right.
And I catch him coming to the tour bus. This before I do any blogging or any of that shit. And I had a blank CD and I asked him to autograph it, right? And this man wrote Jesus Rules, Pastor Mace on it.
Yeah.
But like he literally he's walking out like Lloyd Banks is like right near him and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like he wearing a shirt that got a picture of a gun on it, and I don't know. That shit was just
we all are contradictory. There's the yin and the yang in all of us.
Oh yeah, we all hypocrites, but like probably in that moment, I wouldn't have wrote Jesus Rules on it. You know what I mean?
Hey, look at all these right-wing nuts who they care more about hunting rights and gun rights and all these kids are getting guns who aren't being raised properly, and then they're running around shooting people, whether it's in the hood or in the suburbs, shooting up schools. And
I mean, if you want to go there, bro, I mean, them kids ain't getting no guns from no right-wing conservatives. You know about the mysterious boxes of guns that just appear on Chicago streets. I had an episode about that. There's video footage, but just randomly mysterious tractor trailer, like dropped off tractor trailer backs full of guns. I had somebody that's very high ranking in a civic organization on my show discussing that. And to be honest with you, like a lot of that shit's a psyop, man. Almost all the racist laws in the history of the country have come from the Democrats. They put in Jim Crow laws. They fought slavery. You know. But I mean, and most of those people that want it, when you say the hunting people, most of those people live lives that we can't even imagine, where they actually have to hunt to eat. Now there is gun nuts too, though. Like, I'm
gonna tell you a few things. One, I like guns. I like hunting. My cousin hunts. I like deer. His deer tacos are amazing. This is my cousin from Maryland. I'm not anti-hunting. I'm anti-kids shooting each other up in the hood, and I'm anti-kids shooting up schools. So we have to have gun responsibility. If you have a gun in your home and you have children, you got to lock it up. You got to be safe. You got to be responsible. So, gun responsibility and gun safety needs to be taught better. So I think that's a major thing.
I totally agree with that.
And for the record, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat, but I'm not a Democrat. I'm actually farther to the left. But politically and socially, I get along with all kinds of people. You know, I have friends who are, you know, more to the right, more centrist, and the left.
I mean, you got Fruit of Islam friends, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I have all kinds. You know, 5% of friends, communist, socialist, anarchists, Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, liberals. You know, I judge
If
people
if they good people.
their individual. Right, right. And a lot of times it's just labels, and people want the same thing. They want opportunities. They want to be able to feed their families, and they want what's best for their community. And sometimes people just need to be around each other and communicate and find that common ground. All that beefing and I'm this, you're that, you know, it's not gonna ever help the country.
I'm glad you said that, man. I hope people listen to this. But let me bring it back to the guns
Yeah.
real quick, because I totally agree. I totally agree with you. But I think one step further, I think, you know, there's some damn fine investigative journalists in this world. And I think I think there's been a misinformation campaign about how these guns get into the hood. And I think some
Right.
people who don't have a dog in the fight, who work on like some Aaron Brockovich type shit, need to really examine how the fuck this shit is getting there. Because like,
I mean, I know.
I don't think it's people driving down North Carolina bringing back up loads of guns to New York no more like it was in the 90s, you know?
I mean, people still do that.
I know, but not as, I mean, I don't think that's where motherfuckers is getting grenades and rocket launchers from. Like, where the fuck is them shits coming from?
Nah. That comes from
Ex-military people, maybe other, but
yeah, ex-military,
still in all.
And then like, you know, go watch Sons of Anarchy, man.
I mean, again,
I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but
again, I'm telling you though,
different organizations working with different organizations, and I'm that's what I'm gonna speak on. I don't want to get too into that. Don't get me in trouble now.
No, but I'm not. But literally though, like people don't know about this. They're trying to suppress this story, but all over like Baltimore, places like that, mysterious crates of guns and shit like that are just appear, and they're typically in the worst areas, and then they're trying to hide that shit. And this ain't no tinfoil conspiracy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that that's probably people that don't like people in the hood, just trying to like, here, go kill each other. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it could be any. I mean, who am I? You could speculate it could be like a conservative politician who wants to run against crime. I mean, who the fuck knows?
Right. We have no way of knowing.
No bullshit. But you know, to take it back, back to
hold on 1 second.
Oh, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I'm doing the podcast, bro. I gotta hit you back. All right, peace. Shout out to my boy Cosmo, dope producer. He did stuff for Beanie Siegel and Planet Asia, a lot of people. You know.
Shit, that's what Planet Asia and Beanie Siegel. That's quite a disparate placement right there.
Shabam Sadiq, General Steel, Smith and Wesson, Sav Kills, Illa G. I don't know if he's still making beats, but that's still my boy. He's out in Worcester, Mass. Part of my All Elements crew.
What's good with Sav and the new music? Last I talked to him, he told me he was working on. Is he getting closer to like some releases?
Yeah. Well, the paperwork is signed. We have a distribution deal with Fat Beats.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, they can distribute.
Oh, that's a great name. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
and then vinyl. My fault to keep interrupting you, but you know, there's a few places that print vinyl, and Get On Down and Fat Beats are by far have the higher quality hip hop ones. Right. But you know, my man Chris Schwartz from Rough House, now Rough Nation, is jumping back into the vinyl game. He gonna be pressing up that Remedy meets Woo re-releases of like classic Arrested Development, and he got a Styles P and Havoc album coming out on vinyl. Right,
I've been playing joints from the Styles P and Havoc on my radio show, and the Remedy Wu-Tang project as well. What? Remedy, he's a fellow tribesman, you know. That's all my Jews.
Yeah, we was talking about that on our episode, but since you brought it up, what do you think of the Styles P and Havoc and the Remedy?
I think they're good projects. Remedy has definitely stepped up his bars, and
I said the same thing.
Some good production on there. I like it. I've been playing joints off it. You know, if I like an album, I'll take a bunch of album cuts and I'll spread it out, and I'll play like a song or two off for each week. for a bunch of weeks. I've been playing joints off it. You know, definitely dope. Don't ask me the names.
And I'm like that too. I'm more of a I like number 3 or the jump with, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I remember like the record with Jojo Pellegrino and Shaheem, and the record with Ghost and Ray. You know.
But bro, I was psyched to see JoJo Pellegrino and Shaheem. I remember it was this Def Jam sampler that had JoJo.
Yeah, the Violator joint, right?
Yeah, no. It was a sampler, and it was called Thirsty, and like you only got it at the record store, and it had him freestyling over where I'm from, Cough Up a Lung. But
Yeah, I remember that.
But he did it over like where he was from. I thought that shit was so dope.
Right.
I mean, I guess, yeah, because he definitely had the talent. Seemed like he had the work ethic. I guess he got you know, sometimes them labels sign too many people.
Yeah, and it's hard to market sometimes. You gotta know your lane, and you gotta really want this. So sometimes
Man, that's the record company's fault though, in my opinion. Because at that time, why not market them on some growing up Gotti Jersey Shore type shit? I mean, it was clear that there was an audience for that type of material, and they would have I mean, they sitting there embracing Eminem. They don't got shit in common with his ass. I guarantee they would have embraced the Italian dude from New York.
Right. I mean, I agree.
But you know,
I've always wanted to work with him. We've been cool. I think he came out to one of my birthday bashes. I was always trying to get him on the mixtapes, get freestyles from him, but it was hard. He never quite followed up with me, you know. But he's definitely a good dude, dope MC.
Since we talking about white rappers, did you like Vanilla Ice at first?
I was kind of like, but I was a little kid.
Man, me too.
I did like Hammer at that time. I wasn't really feeling Vanilla Ice. I remember he had like a 900 number where you could talk to him.
You're right. Yeah.
Recordings of him, and girls could like win a date with him. And I was a little kid. I'm like, girls have cooties. That's corny. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wasn't feeling him. Nah.
Hey, you know, I heard an interview with him the other day. Well, not the other day, like in the last year. He had a good point though. When he first came on, he was co-signed by Ice Cube, Ice-T, and Luke.
Yeah. He came up.
Tour with NWA.
He came up in the so-called Chitlin circuit in performing in black clubs.
First as a dancer too, not even rapping.
Right. So he came up the right way. It's just sometimes when you blow up too quick and you get people just like, he's too popping. I'm not into it. I was kind of like that with Tupac and with Eminem. They were so big that I'm just like, I'm gonna check out something else. And then I went back to some of them albums that I kind of slept on. Like, okay, there's some dope stuff on here. You know
what I didn't like about Eminem? I've always respected the skill, and there's definitely been albums I like, but I ain't like none of the silly shit. Like I don't got no issues with pop stars and shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
And it was kind of funny at first, but once
it's like a skit. How many times you gonna listen to that shit?
Right. And then once you're in your mid 40s and now you're making fun of 20-year-old pop stars, it's kind of like now you look like a bully. Before you looked like a rebel talking about what was corny in pop culture, but now you look like a middle-aged bully making fun of kids. Like
word. And then the other thing, I talked to Remedy about this. I kind of fucked with him a little bit, but it seemed like Eminem had an active investment in making sure that no other white rapper succeeded for a while.
Yeah,
because he dissed every white rapper I could think of, including like Milkbone. I guarantee Milkbone ain't never say shit to him.
Milkbone, Everlast,
Cage, Logic.
Cage. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Logic, but I hate him.
Logic
he just reminds me of the kind of kid.
Not the new Logic. The old. There was another Logic back in the day.
You talking about Logic from Massachusetts?
Maybe, I don't know. It was a white dude named Logic.
Okay, and he died.
I have no idea. I just know Eminem. I didn't know who it was when Eminem said it, so I looked it up, and that's my only history with it. But I asked Remedy if he is offended that Eminem didn't mention him on A&M Jones, just to fuck with him, and he said that he tried to mention Eminem on a couple shots to elicit a response because why not, more album sales. And then no disrespect to Eminem, but I'm sure Remedy wasn't particularly worried about Eminem coming to New York and seeing him with the hands. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Word.
Yeah, for me, I didn't like Eminem talking about killing his baby moms and killing his mom and all that kind of stuff. Like I didn't really.
Yeah, like where we're from, bro. Like, you know, even though I'm from the DC area and you're from New York, like that's just so distasteful. Like, if you have issues with
Yeah.
your moms, you don't talk about that shit.
I mean, you
And
could talk about it, but talk about it in a mature way.
yeah, I mean, well, okay, you don't shit on your moms around
Right,
other
right.
people.
Like hypothetically, if I was an MC, my mom, retired teacher, Jewish mom, very micromanaging, a lot of nagging, but I love her and it's coming from a good place. But I could talk about that in a song like, you drive me crazy, even though you're coming from a good place. Sometimes my mind's not in the right space, and then I could like break it down like how it stresses me out or something. You know what I mean?
But you won't be calling her no B words.
But I still love you and blah 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 blah. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, like that shit used to turn me off. To be real with you though, that first Aftermath album, them 2 songs he made where it was like so hard about working at a regular wage job. Them shits I could relate to.
Yeah.
Shit. Those probably like the only 2 Jones I ever still play. And then that album that he was on the front, he was in the glass cover. There was a song with Lil Wayne on there called No Love that I just thought that the technicality of the wordplay was just exceptional on like his Blueprint verse level. But I've always admired Eminem's technical skill.
Yeah.
I just never could really relate to his music. You know?
I understand. Let me ask you a question. Are you a big Lil Wayne fan?
Yeah, from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, but that first Hot Boys album that got 5 mics.
Right.
Ever since then, for sure. I thought he fell off of that 500 Degrees in that mixtape run. But yeah, I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan.
Do you think that he had a ghostwriter in certain eras? I know there was like the Gilly the Kid rumors and whatnot. And and they were saying that Drake was helping him write stuff at one point.
I doubt that, but I mean, anything's possible. I mean, see,
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate, especially about. I mean, fuck it.
It said Drake wrote a Millie. That's what I heard.
The way I look at it is that I thought Corey Guns supposedly wrote a Millie too. You know, Millie really had Corey Guns on it at first.
Right. I remember. I think he definitely had Corey Guns and Jay Mills, and Currency was around him at one point. I think he had some real spitters around him. And of course, he was hanging out with Joel's and Dipset at one point for a while. They did a whole album together that still hasn't come out, right?
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
We're still waiting on it. One of the videos came out unofficially. I think it got taken down though.
Black Republicans. I'm not gonna say
not that. An original song with Joel's and Wayne. My boy Jay Platinum shot it.
The one with Young Jeezy on it from Joel's album. Oh, I don't know. Hey, but you know, I got that album, bro. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody on Skull Gang. Somebody on. Nah, like it ain't.
You under the bus, chill.
They ain't gonna figure out who it is. There was too many of them. But somebody on Skull Gang accidentally sent me like 60 of them songs, and there was one jump produced by Just Blaze that had Cameron on it. Woo! I mean, I still got shit. I got like 500 unreleased Wale songs, but that's another story.
You know, I might start doing mixtapes again. So get some money, baby.
Man, nah. Just like in them fucking interrogation rooms, bro. I always held my water. Like if somebody told me to leak something, I'd leak it. You feel me?
I'm fucking with you. I don't do mixtapes anymore, bro. Not like that. Like I'll do like an artist mixtape, but I'm not.
Oh man, we gotta get another All Elements freestyle jump.
I'm working on it. It's just taking forever. And
no, you know it'll come when there's been enough freestyles to make it worthwhile.
So the guy keeps jumping on my damn back. I think. I don't know, man. A part of me wants to just take some of them freestyle posse cuts and remix them and put them on original beats. Or maybe I'll put it out as freestyle files joints first and then remix them after.
Shit, maybe you could do a little put them over some EDM beats since you're trying to segue.
Nah, not like that. No.
Man, I guarantee you could sample some Ella G lyrics and mix it with an EDM beat, and them motherfuckers would love that shit. Just like a couple 2 or 3 bars where he said some of that geeked out with that shit.
Nah, I'm keeping it grimy hip hop, you know, for that kind of stuff.
Nah, I can dig it. I was about to start asking you some shit about some CDs, but you said you
No, go ahead.
Are you sure you said you wanted to talk about?
You want, bro.
Well, What about though? You said you had some shit you want to get off your chest about people hating.
Oh. That's complicated, man. I've had a couple of DJs in the past really hate and tell other DJs don't play artists in our crew's records, and don't book them,
Why?
don't put them on a website and blogs. Sometimes it was just like I would give them constructive criticism, and they wouldn't know how to take it, or
Man, hip hop ain't for people like that. Get the fuck out of here.
sometimes they saw me as a threat, me or they saw Sav Kills as MC as a threat, and they wanted to like stop stuff. And lo and behold, there's a talent buyer booker who acted like he was cool with us for years, and he's been blocking us, saying no behind the scenes for maybe a decade or more. And he left his position, and now it's like open season, and where we're getting more bookings at certain spots. And I got a great booking agent. Shout out to my dude John Moskowitz over at Universal Attractions, and he's really going hard for me as DJ J-Ronin. And I'm including
John Moskowitz is your booking agent.
Well, you know who that is?
Is he related to Todd Moskowitz?
I don't think so.
I know.
Maybe like further back in the family tree, but yeah.
I know. I be hearing them names a lot, both of them.
Right. Yeah, John does a lot of bookings for like Luda, Ja Rule, Shanti, a lot of gospel and R&B stuff.
Yeah, I know I heard that name before, but that's a big move. Damn, I can't believe that shit had 10 years. So like, bro, all right, how about this?
Dude's been smiling in our faces for years. This other guy, I'm not gonna say no names. Sorry, cat closing my shoulder. But
hey, if you don't want to take legal action, bro, just give me $2,500 and a picture.
and I've really tried to do the right thing and be cordial with some of these haters and these blockers. And I tried talking to them and reaching out and being cool. I didn't want to go the bully route.
Right.
And now some of our crew, who are like OGs, who are more street dudes, it's gotten back to them that people have been hating and blocking us for years, and they're really upset.
Yeah, because it's not just talking shit. That's their fucking money.
Right. And it's slow, but we're affiliated with various organizations that are hip hop and street, who they know if I was doing better, more guys in the team would be getting security jobs, driving jobs, bartending jobs, whatever, road management. More people be eating.
So you could be signing to help people come home that need a job as a condition, but you could have done more of it.
Yeah.
So that means this motherfucker's keeping people in prison and some more shit.
Listen, I'm very much a team player, and I feel like everybody can eat. There's more than enough money to go around for everybody.
I agree.
And I'm the kind of guy where, you rolling with me, everybody got to eat. I don't see anybody with no money in their pocket. You got to have food in your belly. I had a couple of guys from my team come out with me to the show, and maybe they're kind of low on bread. I make sure they have some, at least some food. I make sure they got home safe. You know what I mean?
Word.
And I appreciate them holding us down. Not that I needed to be held down that way, but in this game, it's better. I could have came out, me and my wife and my two artists and our videographer, and that's it. But I brought another 10 people with us, just like, oh, they're part of a movement. They got, okay. Sometimes you got to do a little show of strength and make people realize it's not just, 3-4 of us. It's
word. Yeah.
The crew is big.
Yeah, like you gotta let them know that you ain't the person that's pretending to be the manager and the publicist, but you talking to the same person the whole time.
And I've been trying to keep some of these wolves away from the hip hop world because I don't want them to do anything crazy. But they're like, yo, you gotta get on your bully shit, Ronin, because you letting people do too much at this point.
I mean, is it bullying when it's defending what's yours?
Not really. No.
Bullying would have been like if y'all have been like, look, motherfucker, you're gonna get us this shit and you're gonna take a smaller cut. That's bullying.
Like they know me when I was a teenager and in my early 20s when I was really wilding out. And they're like, oh, you grown up and you're being so calm and so cool with everybody, and it's time to stop playing nice. Play nice to people who really got support you, but people who don't, these haters, hey, you gotta let them know it's not gonna be tolerated anymore. You're gonna have to play some of these records and keep names out of your mouth.
That's